closest.
Kathy.
Oh, sorry. We are back with more pillow fun. People are starting to join us. Hey, Julie and Sherry. Look, you guys didn't lose track of where we were, even though we skipped a day. Got Lib and Donna and Sharon. Hello, everybody. Guess what we're doing today? Hi, Jill. Hi, Carla. Hi, Lib. Hi, Janet. I'm just spanning so you guys can see what we're doing. What do you think? Pillows, more pillows. We have our guest back. Dun, 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 dun. Come on over, Miss Pam. Look who's back. There, wait, now you're right. There she is. Hello.
Ready for more pillowbacks? I am.
Yeah, let's
Yay.
do it.
Awesome. So, okay, I'm going to grab a couple of things real quick.
All right.
Uh-oh, she's on the move already.
Moving target.
Oh, we're going over here. Okay.
Moving target. So this is the pillowback that we're going to do today. Is the covered pillowback. You can do it in multiple colors. You can add a different color flap. You can add different color inserts in it. But this is the one we're going to do today. So anyway.
Very exciting.
I just wanted to show something though from last time. A lot of people have been asking about cording, and cording is another whole lesson that we have to do. But if you absolutely love cording, don't know how to do it, but want the look, one of the things that you can do is bind your pillow. So these are the same two patterns. This one has cording, this one has binding. Can you see the difference? So
Similar, but different.
very similar. So it looks like it's got cording, but this is something everybody can do, whether you've done binding before or not. It looks like binding, but
No, it looks like cording.
it looks like cording, but it's binding. So, anyways,
Fun.
hopefully someday we'll get to earn a cording. So
Lib says do it Friday. She says Friday courting. We'll see.
I'm loving that Pam is doing the instruction now and I get to be her gopher again. I just sit here and look pretty.
So the one thing about doing a pillowback with this kind of a flap, in my personal opinion, I like the flap to go horizontal. What do you think?
I agree, totally.
Yeah, so I
Totally
don't think that
horizontal.
this is one that you would put this way. But when you do it, you want to make sure that you absolutely leave a bigger back than you did before, because if you cut this fabric right in the center, which is what I did here, do you see how your flap is on the lower half? Okay? So
You like it that way or you don't like
I
it?
don't like it that
Oh,
way.
I actually think it looks really cute like that. You think it should be centered?
I like my flap centered or more towards the top. So I'm showing you, in my opinion, what not to do, but if you like the look, you can do it. So if you cut your back exactly in half and you don't leave much room, you're going to end up having your flap on the lower portion of your pillow. Okay? So we're going to get started, and this is going to be, sorry, we don't have this fabric, I know.
We do have jelly rolls of it. I meant to say that yesterday. We do have jelly rolls of it. So Victoria Robb, if you're watching, you don't have to be so sad because we at least have jelly rolls. And we have a few prints. We just don't have that pretty stripe and the white with the big floral anymore. So if you
Got
need
it.
borders to go with that jelly roll, we can hook you up.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so let's pretend that this is my pillow front. And remember, this session is not to focus on your pillow front. We're simply talking about the back. So let's say I was doing a throw pillow, and this is the front. Okay, we're going to step over here. So I've decided that this is going to be my pillow back too, but I'm going to have a flap on it. So you can see, again, that the pillow back is actually wider. Can you see that, or should I turn it around? Let me
definitely
flip it
bigger.
This way, okay? So this is the back side of my pillow front, and I've got extensions on both sides, but I've left the pillow back longer, okay? So once again, we're gonna let Kathy decide where she wants to cut her
backing,
Center.
but now I've been told don't do it in the
Not in
middle,
the center,
or your
you-
placket will end up on the bottom of
Right,
your
so
pillow.
shoot about an inch higher, an inch and a half higher than what you
Would you
want.
actually measure it, or will you just eyeball again?
I would eyeball it, and also what I do is I usually make it a lot larger so that I can move that back up or down. So in other words, if this was a lot longer,
It's pretty much longer.
yeah, but I could move it any way I wanted
Got
to.
it.
Okay.
So if I did it like this, like the 1/3, 2/3, does that work for you? Or you
Yeah,
want it
or
closer
more
to
like-
center?
More close to center, maybe like a 1/3 and 2/3 would be better.
How about like that?
Perfect. Love it.
I can do that. Ta-da!
Okay, once again, we're gonna leave it spread here so that if we have directional fabric, a stripe, anything that we want, like if it had animals, you'd want everything facing the same direction, right? This is gonna be very similar to what we did last time, but we're gonna add this little flap, okay? And your zipper, your zipper measures about 1 1/4 inches wide. So we want a flap that when we fold it in half, we can still get our 1/4 inch seam allowance and we have enough to cover the zipper. So 3 1/2 inches wide is a good number, okay? So I've cut a piece of fabric, I've interfaced it, and I've made it 3 1/2 inches wide by longer than my back. Okay, so can you see that on there, that it's
Oh,
longer
yeah,
than
bigger.
my back, okay? And now what I wanna do is press that in half, wrong sides together. So.
This way.
Yes. Do you want me to press it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's what Joyce does for me.
Okay.
All I have to do is sew.
So Kathy, you're gonna get your 1/4 inch foot on.
All right.
Now remember, when I cut this in the beginning, I cut it larger, interfaced it, then cut it to size. Remember how I always put the interfacing on, then cut to size so I don't get interfacing, that SF101 stuck to my iron.
And we still have SF101 in stock. We've filled almost every order. And if you need any interfacing, give us a call.
The same with the elastic. We filled all our elastic orders. Katie has made lots, not hundreds, but almost for SF101. She's really checked off her list, so we're in good
Yay.
shape.
Yay. Okay. So now here is the top of the pillow, okay? And what we want to do is put raw edges even to the bottom of the top. Okay, so here's my top piece. This is the lower half of the top piece. I want to put my raw edges together because remember, this is going to get folded down like this.
Got it.
Okay, so I just wanted extending beyond there. Okay, and you're just going to, I leave everything large and cut it down afterwards. So we're going
And
to
do I just, is this a 1/4 inch or is
quarter
this
inch,
a,
quarter
it
inch
is a
seam
1/4
allowance.
inch. Okay.
1/4 inch seam allowance. Yep.
And I'm sewing in the dark.
There you go.
It lays so nice with that SF101 on it.
Doesn't
It is awesome. Look, Ma. All right.
Yay.
It's quicker than curves.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker than curves.
Okay, now
right.
if she wants to trim that, she can, but I don't really worry about trimming it. Maybe just like this. Get it closer.
Okay.
So just rough.
This side too?
Yep, just rough.
All right.
So now everybody wants me to write directions for this, and it's hard to tell you how big or how long to cut something because every pillow is a different size, okay? So here's the trick. We are going to take a zipper, and I'm going to show you on a totally different color zipper, okay? We want to make a tab at both ends because we don't want the zipper to come clear out to the edge, okay? So last time we just made the pillow, the stops being the edges of the pillow. We're going to get more professional this time, okay? So what we're going to do, once again, I need a tab, and it's hard to see on this one, but there's actually a little tab of pink on the inside of this. That stops the zipper there, and the pink end stops the zipper here. Okay, so it just makes it more professional. Now, what I want to do is, my tab, my zipper's about 1 1/4 inches wide. So I need to cut something that's 1 1/2 to 2 inches wide. And what I'm going to do is fold it in half this way, okay? And that's going to be the end of my zipper tab, okay? So basically what I'm doing is I'm creating tabs on my zipper, okay? So here's your zipper, Kathy.
Okay. So do you sew them down?
Yes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is, We're gonna lay Kathy's zipper here.
And the zipper's always face up?
The zipper is going to be face up, okay? But here's why it's hard to write directions. Instead of working with my back, I'm gonna look at the top, okay? So let's pull
Because
this
your
up.
back is oversized. So you want to know what size you're getting to.
Correct, okay? So my zipper, when I lay it on here,
And this is the front of your
this
pillow.
is the front. I'm only using the front for size. I'm going to sew it on the back, but I need to know how long I need my zipper to be. So you want to cut something that's at least, let's say 8 inches long, because when I fold it, I only have 4 inches, right? Okay, and what I'm trying to do is make this be the same weight as this, so it all pulls on my fabric at about the same weight, okay? So what I'm going to do is, using my front as my length, I'm going to lay this, and what I want to do is have about 2 inches showing, okay? Now, why do I not want to do just an inch? Because if I make any kind of a mathematical error,
No.
I won't have any, okay? And here's the thing, if I go in this far on my zipper, this is my total opening, and I'm never going to be able to get the pillow form in, okay? So what I want to do is leave 2 inches is probably, 1.5 inches to 2 inches is probably a good number, okay? So what Kathy's going to do is we're just going to center this on here, and she's going to go to her sewing machine, open this up, and sew across here.
Aha.
Okay? So again, I've got it folded on here. I can't insert this zipper in here. I want it to be nice and heavy. So I'm going to lay this here. She's going to go to the sewing machine, open it up and sew across. But when I come to this side, I need to open my zipper up. And again, doesn't have to be exactly perfect because I've got plenty of room to move this to where I need it to be. Okay?
So I'm sewing just onto the zipper, not onto the back, not onto the base.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I'm extending this. I'm going to go with about 1.5 inches because we should be able to get a pillow form.
clips back here.
Wonder clips?
Yeah, wonder clips would be really nice.
Okay.
Let's see, do I have
You're actually going to clip something?
I am, because we're handing things off back and forth. If I were doing it myself,
I'll put a pin in it.
okay, if I were doing it myself, it may not be as much of a requirement, but because we're lifting it up and it's,
Okay. So you
Lifted and shifted.
yeah, it's shifting. Yeah, I just don't want it to shift.
Now you want to make sure that this zipper is close together when you
Right.
sew it.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just getting
So
my
we're going to
marker.
have you sew that across.
All right, so everyone who was asking, the SF101 is $5.50.
That's okay.
Uh-oh, she moved it.
So
I knew that was going to happen.
okay.
It's $5.50 a yard.
Now Kathy, you're getting this way over. See that? We want it to be more in the middle.
The
Do you see
middle.
this in the middle
Oh,
here.
oh, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to cut it down to size afterwards.
The student's
So-
learning.
Okay, so here, this
My teacher
comes
is saying I
here,
don't do good work.
right here. Okay, we're gonna sew that here and this
So you're
here.
centering your zipper in your tabs.
Yes. And when I get to the machine, I was just using this as a marker. I was going to line it up when
Okay.
I get over.
And then you're gonna sew that too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and we're
I'm not pinning because I'm going to sew it first. So
Okay,
she,
you're good.
she handed it to me. I'm centering it here and here. And then I'm going to just open it up and
sew
sew
across.
across that seam.
Back and forth.
and these are
Up and back.
plastic zippers, so you're
Nylon,
okay,
yeah.
or nylon zippers, so you're okay to sew across them.
Yep.
Don't do this with metal teeth.
Right. And then back up just once each way.
Yep.
All right.
All right, and we're limiting SF101 to 5 yards per customer. We are still going through our voicemails and our Facebook messages, so I'm not completely done with the list. But if you're commenting on this video with an order, we will get to you. The interfacing is very exciting.
It is very exciting. And you always put the zipper underneath where you can't see it, Pam?
You can flip it over. Whatever
All right.
works easiest for
I
you.
think it would be easier for me to see. With these being spread apart and wanting to get it centered,
Yep, you
I think
want
it's
it
easier
perfect.
to see.
Okay.
All right.
Now I'm just going to press this down so that it stays. So I'm folding it over.
That's wacky looking.
I know. Can you see how this is?
Did I do that?
You did it fine.
Yeah.
You did it fine. Okay. So now I'm just going to press this to hold this. Okay. Now, this would be very difficult to sew, so what we're going to do is trim this even with the zipper.
Oh, aren't you clever?
Okay, so that's why we cut it longer than what we needed it, and that's why there's always room to play, right? So I'm gonna come here. Can you see the bottom one? I'm gonna cut this. So I'm just looking at the bottom zipper right now, but I'm gonna go here. Oops, I would cut a little bit of zipper off. Don't pay attention there.
Uh-oh. Problem. Don't cut my zipper.
Oh my.
A little oops there, but that's okay.
Oops. I was worried you were going to cut your sleeve, actually.
That's your quilting with dangly sleeves.
Okay, and I'm gonna cut this side. Do you see what I'm doing to make it?
Just line up with the zipper.
Don't be cutting my zipper.
I know, sorry. Okay, so you see what we're doing? We're just extending the zipper tab on both sides. You want to do it? Or you want me to keep
I'd
cutting?
be happy to do it.
Okay. I know, it's hard to get past that zipper pull. That's
Well, and
why
it's
I
hard to
was-
see. It's hard to. Can you do it this way, where the zipper's on top,
Sure,
and then you can see
Sure.
your edge?
sure.
You can do whatever you want, can't you, Pam? That's
exactly
the
right. I'm
beauty
easy.
of the beauty of stitching.
Making something up, right?
Yeah, there.
Okay.
All right.
So now, we have our zipper, okay? So let's go back to our pillow, okay? So now, what we want to do is center this here. Do you see what I'm saying? So like an inch and a half, 2 inches. Do you see what I'm saying? So this part is here, okay? But what we want to do is make sure that we're sewing it right sides together because this whole thing is going to get flipped down.
Cool.
Okay.
I can see it. I
So
can
now-
see it happening.
Here's what's going to happen is she's going to use her 1/4 inch foot and she's going to sew down and sew down. And when she gets here, she's going to have a problem. Okay. So all she's going to do is sew, stop here, cut her thread, and then zip it up. Don't try to go around it. Do you see what I'm saying? So they may want to watch you.
Yep.
So we're going to move this down, but when you get to the head of your zipper, or the tab, whatever you call that thing,
Yep. The zipper pull.
yep, the zipper pull,
Yep.
just cut your thread and then
And you still don't use a zipper foot for this. You
Nope,
still
1/4
use
inch
your
foot.
1/4 inch foot. That's interesting. You're interesting, Pam. It's fun to
Full
learn.
of tips.
It's fun to learn new things.
yay, glad you like it.
I do. All right. So I'm just going to start off my fabric, or I'm just using my 1/4 inch seam allowance, as she said. And I'm sewing up until I get to my zipper pull, and you can see that it would definitely get in my way. I'm gonna raise my
Correct.
foot
And it's hard to
and pull it out of my way.
Yeah, that's good that you did it. Some
zipped it up.
1/4 inch feet with the flange, you can't get that zipper pull under it.
Ah. And then I'm gonna, because my zipper got cut off a little bit, I'm gonna ignore that edge. Try and keep myself square. All right, that
Okay.
side's done.
Okay, so now we're done here, okay? And this, you can see now what's happening, right? It's gonna get pressed this way.
That's so cool.
Now, when we press it, don't press where your zipper pull is, or you kind of put a kink in your fabric that's hard to get out. So my zipper pulls up here, so I'm pressing this part, and then I'm going to pull my zipper pull down and press that part. Okay? So far, so good?
Looking good.
Okay, so now when we come back over here, you can see how it's supposed to go, right?
Yep.
But now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this back, and now you're going to sew this right sides together to just this part of the zipper. Okay?
Yep. Yep. Okay, and then what do I do with my pull? Am I doing the same
Same
kind of
thing.
thing?
Same thing.
So when I get to it, I just pull it out of the way, and I'm lining up.
You're
this
lining up your
edge-
edges.
I'm lining up
Correct.
these edges together, the two backs of my pillow, and then to this.
You're a little bulkier here, Miss Pam. All right, and then I'm keeping this edge just straight along there.
Correct.
All right. And more 1/4 inch seam allowance. This is really cool.
Glad you like it.
I do. I love it. It's fun to learn new things. I love it. All right, I'm coming up. I'm coming up on my zipper pull, so I'm going to just lift my foot up and take my pull back behind my
If you have
Zipping it
a
up.
1/4 inch foot with a flange, sometimes you can't actually get the zipper pull to go underneath the foot, but it's okay. Just cut your thread, move your zipper, and restart it. You're never going to see that.
I think that everybody needs a 1/4 inch foot with a flange
And
and a
one
1/4 inch without a flange,
There you
because
go.
there are many times when you need no flange.
Exactly, and that's one time
Yeah.
when the flange gets in the way.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There are many times when that flange is in my way. I don't like things in my way. Almost to the end. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to take it back to the ironing board, and we are going to press it. Okay, so I'm pressing, it's easier if I close my zipper, and this time I'm pressing this part so the underneath part goes down. Okay, now at this point, Kathy has a choice. We're going to let her make a choice. And
Ooh, I get a choice.
I bet I know what her choice is going to be. Okay, so do you see how I'm pressing the underneath part of the zipper underneath this? Okay, so if you want, you've got two choices here. We can go and top stitch this down. Okay, and I don't always top stitch that down because it's going to be pulling in your pillow. But if you wanted, you could do a top stitch here just to hold that down. Do you want a top stitch or no?
For time, let's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not for time.
Okay, so anyways, do you see that we have our zipper? We have our little tabs here. The zipper is here. Okay, this is going to get bent down there. Isn't it beautiful? Okay.
It's super awesome.
Now, when we go back to our pillow, okay, here's the part that I was talking about. Because she cut this bigger, do you see if I put right sides together, now this is equidistance here, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
Okay, so Kathy can decide, does she want that to be towards the top of the pillar? Does she want it to be in the middle? So if you actually want this to appear that it's in the very middle of the pillow, then you have to have equidistance from here to here and here to here.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so now what do you think she's gonna do? Open up the zipper.
You're asking where I was going to line it up in the middle or not in the middle?
Oh, you just want to make sure that you have enough that you can get your finger through from the other side to open it.
Yes.
Okay? So Kathy, you can decide.
But with the plackets, you could open it all the way and make it easy on yourself, right? Because it's
Yeah,
not going
but-
to distort it all.
Yeah, but the problem is when you do that, sometimes it does this.
Oh,
So I
okay.
open enough just so that I can get my
Okay.
finger in
All right,
there.
good,
okay?
good tip. Another good tip from Pam.
Oh,
That's why
yay.
you're the teacher.
Whoa. Okay, so Kathy's going to sew that together. We're going to trim the
So
corners.
I never
and-
changed my foot with this one. I used my 1/4 inch the whole time.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Oh,
that's-
and I did want to say, because I thought about this Monday, Kathy asked, do you sew off the edge or do you pivot at the corners? I pivoted the corner, and the reason why I pivoted the corner is because we're cutting it off at an angle at the corner. So if you sewed off the edge and then you cut across there, you'd actually be cutting that thread and it's going to pull out eventually.
That
So
makes
always pivot at your corner so that you don't have your corner pulling out. Okay? So when
That makes
Kathy
sense.
gets done, we're going to cut across all of that.
I'm
see the
zooming
pivot.
now. I'm zooming now. My needle is in the, I stop a 1/4 inch shy, pivot, and then come down the other side. Having an E-lift makes that pivot really nice. Although a lot of machines have the automatic pivot function, which is also super nice. It's funny, when I'm on my FOF, I like the automatic pivot function, and when I'm on the Bernina, I like the knee lift. It just is funny, you use your tools to the best of their abilities.
That's exactly right. And I just want to say one more time that if you always make your back larger than the front, you've got a lot more room to be able to move things up or down.
This
or
is the easiest. I would never have thought to do that ever. I love this. This
well,
makes it
awesome.
so easy to get it so square. It's so easy.
Absolutely. Okay, so now Kathy, you're almost finished. You're going to trim, and you're going to show me how you trim those corners.
All right, I learned all about this in our class.
Yeah, this is review
on
from Monday.
So I'm going to trim the sides,
Yeah,
all four
absolutely.
sides, to get myself squared up.
There you go.
step number 1. And if I had my, well, these are again a little big for the Martelli
It
roundabout.
is a little bit big for the Martelli.
By the way, a lot of those came back in, which is pretty awesome. We still have more people that need them, but
Yeah,
a lot
we've
came
got
in.
some mats and some irons. We haven't started going down our list on those, but
It's coming.
It's
Let's
coming.
focus on, Kathy, how do we trim the corner?
Okay, yes,
Here we
ma'am.
go.
Yes, the teacher is bringing us back
I-
to focus. All right, we're gonna cut,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna come in.
You got it,
Yeah,
yes.
we're gonna come in, and we're gonna come in.
Yeah, don't cut your seam.
Nope. And then I'm gonna trim, and come in. I already cut that one a little thin, and come in. I
Yay.
love this, Pam.
Yay.
It gives you the best
It
corners.
does give you a good corner.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's it.
And then one last one.
And then when we turn it inside out, we've got our handy dandy precision turners, so
Yes.
she can get.
All right, so now I'm gonna reach in. I'm so
You can
excited
open the
about
zipper
this.
the rest of the way, can't you?
Oh.
Make it easier on yourself.
Oh my gosh, she's telling, she, more hints. Okay, can I get it to go down? I'm not sure I can.
Sure you can.
Sure you can. Yes, you can, Kathy. It's a pillow. It's a zipper.
It's a zipper. You've been using those your whole life.
All right, there's one corner. I always like to turn my corner and then go to the next one. Then I know I got them all.
So there's two kinds of people. Some people like to turn
Turn
it
the
and
whole thing
poke.
and then poke. I like to turn, poke.
Turn, poke,
turn,
turn, poke.
turn, poke.
Which kind are you? I like to turn them all then poke.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like each of my corners poked, and then I pull it through, and it's like, ooh, magic.
Yeah. So, Carol, every one of these videos we post on YouTube, and we are going to go back through and put some descriptions on them so that you can hopefully find this on YouTube, Quilt Beginnings. Search us.
Yes, and I don't know if Flo is watching. If Flo is watching, I just want to tell you that I got a message from Nancy, who was coming to do her binding, and she remembered that I did my special closure on how to market. She went and found the video on YouTube. She watched it, and she said in her message to me, I don't care what Flo says, this is the bomb. So I just want you to know that
that's awesome.
you can go back and look at these, which is pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Flo and I have had a smackdown about that point for very many years. All right, look at this, so cute. Pam, look, I made such a cute pillow.
Isn't that awesome? So
It's
and you can open
awesome.
it, so show them the little tab things.
And then the tabs are hiding inside.
yeah, but it
they're
just
hiding
makes
right,
it,
right
you
inside.
know.
Here's the fabric, and it matches the zipper. I like that you put the darker tab that kind of matches, but you could do an accent color there too. That would be kind of
Absolutely.
just a little surprise. And then there's the other one. So
Absolutely.
the zipper won't go past those tabs.
Exactly.
You're an awesome teacher, Pam.
Yay.
High five.
So, anyways, that is the covered zipper that's very professional. Iron the pillow, stuff it, and
You're
you've
good
got
to
throw
go.
pillows. Yeah.
All right, so we will not be back tomorrow, but we will be here on Friday. So we'll see you then, 3 o'clock.